Alright guys, let's record the build for the Shu Siege Rush. This build will allow you to produce either the War Chariot or other siege units such as Batterimg Rams and Mangonels and kill your opponents after going for a very fast castle age time. So the start is a pretty regular one. We just want to scout and find out our resources. We want to find our good wood for us to build a lumber camp. We also would like to use all the food as available here on the map. We need to find out if this is a chicken map, if this is a deer map, because even if this is a chicken map, we can also find where are the neutral deer pack and lure it to increase the efficiency of our fast castle. I'm planning to go for this wood line here on the back. I'm going to explain the reasoning right now. The reason is quite simple. I will need mainly two resources during the castle age: the wood and also the gold. I'm going towards this wood line on the back because there's a ghost here, so I can actually play trying to collect this gold and this wood line and just build around this, make like a small circle using my buildings that's going to protect this area. I spotted the deers, they are right there, and I'm going to lure them. I'm sending 3 villagers to the wood, even gonna do a few houses and palisades here. I'm luring and I'm taking the boar to my home. Alright, so the boar is going home, I have 3 villagers on the wood, everyone else is going towards the food right now. I'm gonna keep sending villagers on the food until I have 15 villagers on the food, guys. And of course, I want to have 10 villagers here for now under the town center, but as soon as I can, I want to start moving my villagers and I'm going to start eating the berries. Diversifying your food sources is important, so I want to have as much food under my TC as possible, but I also want to go for the berries. There we go. Alright guys, going for the berries. I'm luring several amount of deers here. I haven't found the other deer packs here, the extra deer packs, as you guys can see, but with 3 deers I'll have more than enough food to execute my strategy. Right now I have 3 villagers on the berries. We are 1 villager away from having 15. As soon as I'm gonna send 2 more to the berries. I'm just trying to split the views here. Oh no, the deer went back. Alright guys, so we do have 6 views here on the berries. We can send even more. We can keep like 7 on the berries if we want. And I'm sending 2 more villagers towards the wood in order for me to have 5 villagers on the wood as well. Let's click up to the feudal age and start eating the cows. I'm bringing the last deer to the town center. As soon as I reach feudal age, I'm going to do loom and produce 1 more villager. If you try to wall here and you need more, you can take out 1 of the villagers from the food and send it towards the wood, maybe to a staggler, just to have a bit more. I plan to start building here around these wood and gold sources here. Of course, at this point you might start to get rushed, so one thing you can do is do small palisades around your berries. Right here, your food cannot be disrupted by any unit on this stage. Oh, our opponent is luring, eh? Very good, AI, very good. I like what you're doing. Let's make a market. Let's make a blacksmith. Sending more villagers here towards the wood. Going heavy here on the food. As you can see, we already have enough resources to click up. Now that we click up, I'm going to send 6 villagers to the gold. I'm considering taking away some of these guys on the food. Just gonna keep 6 here on the food for now. There I am on the gold. If I feel like I need, I can reinforce my base here with some palisades to defend some pushes. This is going to be especially good in scenarios where we are actually facing feudal age rushes, scout rushes, or anything else like that. So in those scenarios, that's what we want to do. And I'm also making the double beat axe. We want, guys, to build a siege workshop as soon as we reach castle age. So in order to do that, we do need 200 wood. As you can see, I'm going to produce several war chariots, and in order to do that, I'm going to need a small food bank, which you can see right now. With this, I will be able to produce villagers, but also make some war chariots. Let's go for the siege workshop. I'm building defensively because I'm already thinking about having to deal with rushes here, guys. And there we go, starting to produce war chariots. We can even try to open here with two archer ranges, with 2 siege workshops, but I don't think it's very necessary, especially on this moment. What's important is that we use the focus fire, the barrage mode here. And of course, we can start considering farming up a bit so that our eco doesn't go idle. You can go heavy on the farming here if you want, or you can focus a bit more on the army production and use the market to compensate. For example, if I want to keep producing my war chariots, I just buy more food, since they are very food intensive, and I'm gonna be able to do that. Oh my god, what is that? Enemy has some feudal age army going after me. Well, that's not going to be a problem. I'm hardly going to receive any damage here from my opponent on this stage of the game. I can just keep reducing my units, keep sending villagers towards the woods to start developing the eco, and I can go forward now to make a siege workshop, a monastery, anything like that, and finish off the game. Well, not losing my units is quite important, right? Damn, I'm gonna buy more wood here in order to make some siege units. And I'm actually going to produce the Mangonels. Ooh, I'm almost losing one. I'm gonna leave this one in the back. Barrage mode, barrage mode. And there we go. Now I can choose to produce more war chariots to defend my base, in case I'm getting counterattacked, and focus here on the siege to kill the enemy. Honestly, guys, I'm barely microing on this stage of the game. I'm just dropping siege, making more of those guys, and developing here the eco on my base. And that's basically the build, guys. There isn't much more than that. We are doing everything we wanted to do here. With this amount of army here, no feudal age army can stop us, and we also have enough pressure to take down even a town center if, of course, we want to. With my forward villagers, I can keep repairing my siege in case it gets attacked. And I can even consider doing something similar to what the last video showed, which is adding like a monastery to go for monks and heal up our war chariots. So basically now we can take down the enemy town center, we can take down everything, we can take down the vills. Game is pretty much over on this stage. Now is about how we want to play. Do we want to start booming? Do we want to add more town centers? Do we want to keep doing what? Well, we have no time to do anything, guys. The game is over. Anyway, that's the build. It's quite simple. You are only going to use 2 resources during the Dark Age. You are only going to send villagers towards the gold next. So what you actually need to do is to watch a few games and practice this build a bit. It can be in your ranked matches, it can be against friends, against the AI, because basically you need to get the idea of, okay, how do I deal with rushes, how do I deal with pushes. Your best allies here is your building and where you choose to place them. For example, I did choose to use this gold on the back, which would be very difficult for the enemy to use and punish me. I did choose to make a few palisades around my berries, and I did choose to take a back wood line close to the gold so that I could just wall both of those together. And later, it was just a matter of doing the unit, no feudal age counter, and using mangonels. In case my opponent went for a fast castle, I would have to adapt. If he was going for siege, I would use a double siege workshop to pressure him. And of course, if my opponent was going to castle age, since the idea here is to rush, I would probably try to send 2 villagers forward and make my siege workshops forward, like Phosphorus is doing. And then I would start doing war chariots and react or adapt myself to the situation. Is my opponent going for mangonels? I go double on mangonel. Is my opponent going for units such as the knight? Alright, I'm just going to keep adding more war chariots and perhaps even a monastery to heal them and also convert his power units. So that's basically it, guys. Adaptation, raiding, and honestly this unit is very easy to micro. You just need to remember to change it from focus fire to barrage mode. Where's one? Oh my god, I'm fully on focus fire here on the end. Don't do that. Just use the barrier mode and you're just going to spread your shots, your projectiles, and by doing that you are going to hit multiple targets. Your enemy is not going to be able to dodge you, and that's basically the idea of the build. Right now I just wanted to keep adding villagers towards the food, towards the wood, maybe buy 100 stone and start booming. You can do pretty much whatever, but honestly in most games on this stage you are probably gonna have a very solid spot against your opponent if you did execute that correctly. Hope you guys enjoy it. For this build and more, just subscribe and follow this channel.